Hello, lockpicking friends. Today I wanted to talk about an exercise that's all over the internet that's very beneficial for anybody who's beginning to pick locks. So all you noobs out there, this is for you. It's also for me too, because I'm a complete noob. Now, in order to do this exercise, you basically only need a very fundamental level of skill, such as the ability to take a cylinder apart or a plug. There's some really good tutorials out there. I used Kokomo Lock's tutorial in order to get mine apart, and I recommend that anybody attempting this look up those tutorials to save yourself a lot of aggravation and lost springs and pins and whatnot. So you'll need the ability to do that. Do your homework. You'll need a bunch of equipment, very basic equipment. You'll need a lock, basically the cylinder or the plug. You will need a short hook, a tension wrench, a set of tweezers, and this is mascara, but in this case it's not mascara, it is a plug follower. And I would like to give a shout out to Elizabeth Arden for the super amazing plug follower. And their cosmetics are pretty good too. So what you're going to do to start out is you're going to disassemble your lock by pressing that pin, unscrewing the cap, and dumping your pin stacks out. They are going to look like this once you have them out. Once you do that, you're going to reassemble your lock, keeping only one pin stack. The idea behind this exercise is to understand how locks work, to know what a binding pin is, to know what that feels like when it's binding, to know what a set pin feels like, what an overset pin feels like, and to know what kind of tension is required to open the lock. To start out with your one spring driver pin and key pin, your one pin stack, you're going to take your short hook and you're simply just going to feel that one stack. Now, it's really important when you're doing this exercise to be intuitive and to understand what you're feeling. So when you're pushing up without any tension, what you're looking for is the sound of the spring, how much force it takes to push that pin up. You are noticing the feedback in your hook. You just want to listen and you want to feel what's going on in the lock, because it's really important to understand that before you get onto those harder locks. Now, after you've done that, you've just felt around, you're going to take your tension wrench, and by putting the smallest amount of tension on there, you're going to do the same thing and push those pins up. The idea behind putting tension on it, of course, is to rotate this so that when you push the pins up, they rub against the walls of that cylinder. That's binding. And you're trying to get a feel for what it is, what it feels like on your pick, what it sounds like when a pin is binding. So you're going to move them up with a bit of tension and get to feel what that is. And of course, once you're proficient, you're going to move on to putting more tension on it and push it up. Same thing. You're going to do it over and over and over again for 20 minutes. The idea isn't to get the lock open at this stage, it's just to understand the internal workings of your lock. I just opened it. Funny. So once you've done that, you're going to open it again and you're going to add another stack of pins. Now this is where you're going to get into something that's referred to as binding order, because one of those two pins is going to set first. So you're going to repeat the same exercise. Feel both of them, feel both of them. put light tension on it. When you're pushing each of those pins up, you're trying to notice which one is binding, and that will be the first pin in the binding order. After that, you put a bit more tension on it and set that pin first. And you're going to keep progressively doing that while adding more and more pin stacks. The idea behind the whole exercise is really just to get good at what you're feeling and what's going on with the lock. I mean, it's fine to go in there blind and not having a clue what you're doing and relying on dumb luck, but when you're starting to get whiz-wazzle level good, that's not going to cut it. You can't necessarily pick medicos consistently on dumb luck. So basically that's all I wanted to talk about. You take your lock apart, add one pin stack, screw around with it incredibly lots, and get a feel for everything that's going on with your pick, your wrench, the pins. You're going to want to overset one purposefully and see what that feels like. And as you add more pin stacks, you're going to get into binding order and see how much tension it takes to bind those pins up there and set them and keep them set so they don't fall back down on you. And eventually, I guess you become good. I don't know, I'm not there yet. But that's what I wanted to talk about. Thanks a bunch, guys.